Well, this is hilarious. Matt Walsh is going to pretend he debunks any quote unquote propaganda that doesn't support uh, aliens visiting Earth. Yeah, there is a high probability of aliens existing on other planets in some part of the universe. It's a giant universe. But are aliens coming to the Earth? That's highly doubtful and extremely debatable, but for the most part, there is no real evidence of aliens visiting the Earth from some other part of the universe.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
This is one of the things that the sci-fi writers and filmmakers of the past got wrong. I think they got a lot right, but one thing they got wrong is they always assumed that going through all these different hypothetical scenarios of when we make contact with aliens or when aliens come to the United States, they always assumed that no matter what else happened, it would be a big deal to the people on Earth. Like, it'd be the biggest deal of all. And they got that wrong because a lot of people don't care. You have
If aliens were to actually come to Earth, why would they hide? Why would they, be secretly working with some government on that planet that they visit? I mean, if it's aliens that are looking to take over, as some people claim, they would easily be able to wipe out any human civilization on Earth with ease. And if they're good, why are they hiding and being secret? And knowing how the governments are and the people that control the governments are, why are they allowing the governments to continually, still commit evil against the citizens instead of helping? So, aliens are not visiting the Earth whatsoever.
a U.S. intelligence official that comes out on the record and says, yes, we have these vehicles, we have them. And everyone's like, I don't know. Who cares?
Who cares? I don't care. I don't care.
I want someone to explain to me. It doesn't mean that you can always find a reason to doubt anyone when they're making a claim of something you haven't seen for yourself. But when you're
Yeah, why can't any of these so-called whistleblowers actually provide actual evidence of UFOs from other planets and stuff, besides just being like, yeah, I was in this operation or this research group in the military or whatever, and this is what I saw. It's like, how we can all we can do is take your word for it. We have no actual evidence. Where's like a spaceship? Where's some documents or whatever showing what you claim to be real?
assessing the veracity of someone's claim, you look at a couple of things. You look at their resume, their own background, to see if there's any reason they would know this. And this is not a credentialism thing. What I mean is, if someone's saying, oh, I have seen top secret classified documents proving this, well, now the credentials do matter because I want to know, are you the sort of person who would even have access to that? And if you aren't, then I'm not sure that I probably won't believe you.
I mean, it's not hard for people in the military to get access to documents that they're not authorized to have access to. Look at the airman that got caught stealing documents. He was some IT guy that was given access to a bunch of different stuff, even though he didn't have the authority to view them. He was just there to fix computers when needed and just stole documents. People knew he was stealing documents, and nothing really happened to him because nobody cared.
In this case, he is the kind of person who would have access to that information. So you want to look at that. And the other thing you want to assess is, what is in it for this person? If they're lying, what could they gain from lying? But as we talked about, there's a lot of other evidence, and McKenna has compiled other UFO sighting videos. And I don't think I have any context on any of these, really. So I don't know where any of this happened. Do we know where any of this happened? These are just random YouTube videos of UFOs.
Now it is darkened outside. Temperatures are sitting at 61 in Buffalo. We have a northerly wind at 7. Good sleeping weather tonight, folks. What was that? Did anybody see that thing go past? Did we just see a shooting star on Skywatch? That was awesome.
Did we see it again? I missed it.
In Buffalo, we have a northerly wind at 7. Good sleeping weather tonight, folks. What was that? Did anybody see that thing go past? Did we just see a shooting star?
Yeah, that could.
And could be a bug or a drone, a firework, a number of different things. Why do people jump to aliens when they can't identify an object in the sky?
I don't know about that one. I mean, yeah, it's probably aliens. But look, they're not all going to be winners, okay? But many of these are very good. Okay, just go to the next one. This is from 1994. And this is in Norway.
What, a balloon with lights on it? Like, come on. It's definitely not an alien. I mean, many people have faked these types of alien videos by, placing something on a string, adding lights to it, and, filming it and being like, oh, I saw a UFO.
I mean, what else could that blur on the screen be but aliens?
Well, what could that blur be but aliens? He has no definitive proof. He can't tell, honestly, what it is, but he wants to jump to aliens.
I'm starting to destroy my own case here. Look, they're not all of these sightings are created equal. But also, another thing to keep in mind is that there's also a question people are asking about why does it seem like we're seeing more and more of these recently, and what's that all about? Is it some sort of mass hysteria sort of thing? And I think that it's not. It's just that now we actually have the capability to record this, which could also explain, because the other question is, well, if the government was lying about this for decades, and now you've got some government officials coming out and saying, yeah, this might be real, and you've got even Congress doing hearings and investigations and taking it seriously, well, what?
I was wondering when he was going to bring up the NASA UAP investigation group and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they're investigating unidentified anomalous phenomenon. You know, most of it has been disproven to not be aliens. Some of it, I mean, it's just like with the Project Blue Book. I mean, the government has done investigations on UFOs before. None of it has been proven. Even with Roswell, you would think, if aliens had crashed here during Roswell, there would be more aliens crashing on Earth, or at least visiting to try to recover.
What explains that? Like, did they have a come to Jesus moment? Did they decide to start being honest? I think no. I think instead, first of all, you got a few whistleblowers who are forcing their hand a little bit. And also because of modern technology and the information age and video and social media, they're not able to lie about this stuff the way that they used to. It's almost like their hands are being forced because people have cameras now on their phones and they can capture these kinds of videos.
I have over 200,000 pictures. I got pictures like this. Pop, 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 pop.
Pictures of blurry stuff. I mean, it's not like the government still can't lie and put out disinformation about UFOs. I mean, it's pretty well known that the government does put out disinfo about UFOs and stuff so they can keep their secret projects secret. And like with the stealth bomber, the government put out a bunch of disinfo about triangular objects because people were seeing these stealth bombers when they were being tested and didn't want the enemy nations to know about their projects.
This little camera takes all these pictures.
It's a very recent phenomenon where everybody has a high-powered camera with them all the time. And so it makes sense that now...
Okay, high-powered, but a lot of these cameras aren't good at taking pictures at nighttime, which is why, yeah, basically CBS when these people take pictures. Uh, how about we just, I guess give everybody cameras that can, work well at night, and then see if any of these aliens are proven.
We're starting to see a lot more of this than we did before. And I also think that it might make sense that we're being visited. We're attracting more interest from these entities.
A UFO has landed in America, the only country UFOs ever seem to land in.
Because we have so much technology. As many of you know, I'm constantly traveling, being on the road as much as I am. I don't sleep very.
This is his ad. Let's skip this. Here we are, back with Matt Walsh becoming a ufologist. It is quite hilarious, my opinion, how quickly he has turned into believing in aliens.
All right, this next one is it's supposed to be in California. It doesn't look like California. I was going to say California's changed quite a lot. Okay, let's watch this. And now we're talking. That right there, you see it turning around. The turn is really significant because that tells you it's not like some kind of blimp or balloon.
But it still doesn't do away with the possibility that it could be a man-made object, or that this video is faked.
The other thing, and it's also important that in these sightings, there's similarities between them. And oftentimes, it's not possible. Like, how is that even staying in the sky? There doesn't appear to be any propulsion mechanism that we recognize. A lot of times, there aren't any wings that we can see. So,
I mean, you could barely see what it was besides being kind of a line in the distance.
so it defies our understanding of physics in the first place. We also have some of these pentagons. So these are some of the footage that the Pentagon has released. Let's go to clip 10.
Whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This one to me is probably the most convincing of all the videos we've seen.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing. It's rotating.
Yeah, I mean these are.
I mean, it's pretty interesting. Could mean something. It could mean that the military members who are viewing it are not privy to the information about what it is, while other higher-ups know about a secret project that they're testing.
These are military pilots. Capture this stuff on radar.
Roger. There's troubleshooting. Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, what is that? That's my question. What? Okay, we can stop. If you don't want to entertain, and I'm not saying you have to automatically believe that those are aliens, but if you don't want to even entertain that possibility, then what are your competing theories? That's the other thing. I haven't heard very many compelling competing theories, and all the competing theories I hear to me are not persuasive.
What's so non-persuasive about them being man-made vehicles? I mean, so far, all the vehicles on Earth, either land, sea, or air, and space, has been created by people on Earth.
Especially the theory that that this is technology from some adversary that we have. So you're telling me that China or some other would have to, I don't know what other country would even potentially be.
The Russians, the Chinese, Martians, Canadians, I don't care.
So China has technology that is so far advanced of us that it looks impossible Okay, it's so far advanced that our own military pilots who do this for a living, okay, they're in the skies, they're looking at anomalous craft, and they're looking at enemy craft. And it's so advanced that our own pilots don't even know what it is.
Okay, but this is thinking that every single person in the military is privy to the same knowledge as everybody else. Matt Walsh forgets that the military is on a need-to-know basis, and if you're not high up enough, you don't know.
So advanced that our own pilots have to consider that it might be aliens. And our adversaries have that, and they haven't at this point just taken over the world completely. If they have technology that appears to be otherworldly in origin because it's so advanced, then you would think they could just take over the world.
Or they're just prototypes that still aren't fully functional. I mean, it's not like the United States hasn't been working for decades on how to make vertical takeoff circular crafts, and they just don't work out too well, which is why we don't see them in the fleet at the moment. I mean, eventually, if you know, the United States or some other military government figures out how to make fully functioning, uh, crafts uh, that look like, what we call UFOs and stuff, they'll eventually be mass produced.
And why would another earthly entity, another earthly government have technology that is that far ahead that it would seem impossible? That doesn't make sense. And it makes even less sense that it's our technology and we're trying to fool our enemies by saying it's not ours, it's aliens. If there's never...
No, it's actually pretty intelligent because you lower your enemy's defense against you because they don't think you're making this advanced technology. And they'll think people are crazy, assuming that it's, aliens. So, yeah, it gives governments a good cover story and, kind of a shield when they're doing their black projects. It's not, I mean, the government has done it before and claimed that various secret projects were aliens, when in reality, they were just their secret projects.
Been anything visiting Earth that even could potentially be otherworldly in origin. China would know that. And so they're not going to be fooled. Anyway, all right.
This is part one of Matt Walsh supposedly debunking anti-alien propaganda. He's going pretty crazy down the aliens visiting UFOs and governments around the world covering it all up BS. Like, I mean, seriously, if aliens were visiting, we would have actual evidence of aliens visiting the Earth.